You let parents stay in control even when they're not there. That's Ford, America's best-selling brand. Now get select SUVs for 0% financing for 60 months and $2,000 bonus cash, plus $1,000 trade assist.
An amazing story of survival.
He has a plan for me, and I for sure know it.
He was stuck in his wrecked car for days before help arrived.
Adults voting to close their school, these D.C. kids said not so fast.
He killed a dozen people and raped at least 45 women, and get this, he's a former cop.
A local high school track coach behind bars accused of having sex with a student on his team.
And we're not done with the rainy weather just yet. The news at 11 starts now. We'll begin with the story of that coach facing serious charges tonight. He's 23. Investigators say he was having sex with a 16-year-old on the track team he coached in Prince George's County. Delia Gonzalez picks up the story from here. Dee?
Les, that track coach, his name is Charles Wolford. He lives about a mile from the school here, Fairmont Heights High School. We can tell you this encounter with the teenager, it didn't happen here on school property, but it did happen just this past Friday. Just 5 years out of high school himself, 23-year-old Charles Wolford is now accused of having sex with a 16-year-old girl on the track team.
I'm coming to my community because I expect this to be of concern.
Police Chief Hank Stawinski said a parent learned of the relationship and called the school. Within 24 hours, the track coach was in cuffs. And even though the chief believes this is an isolated case, he knows parents out there will be worried because Wolford was also a teacher's assistant at Gladys and Spellman Elementary in Cheverly. No one answered the door at Wolford's home, where neighbors tell us he's lived with family more than 10 years. The 23-year-old coach, a former football and track star at Fairmont Heights, now behind bars because of a parent who was paying attention.
Be nosy about what your children are doing on smartphones. Be nosy about what your children are doing on social media.
Tonight, we can tell you that Wolford worked for the school system 4.5 years. The chief tells us he was vetted, has no prior criminal record, but he knows parents out there, you're probably worried. So if you have questions, concerns, you should call police right away. We're live in Landover tonight. Delia Gonzalez, WUSA 9.
All right, Dee, thanks.
So the rain is moving out of town, teeing us up for a beautiful Thursday. The chief is here with the first look at D.C.'s most accurate forecast. Hey, Tom.
Yeah, the showers are almost out of town. In fact, they're just about to exit Baltimore. Most of the heavy activities now across the bay over the Delmarva, actually hitting some of the ocean resorts, Rehoboth and Bethany and Ocean City, all getting some pretty big showers, even some thunderstorms. But now we are done. So in terms of temperatures tomorrow, kind of cool. 45 at 6 a.m. in Gaithersburg, still 51 downtown. 44 in Frederick and 46 in Leesburg. But the good news is by morning, we're clear. And then by mid-morning, we're in the low to mid-50s downtown, still some upper 40s Hagerstown to Winchester. We'll come back. We will talk about why we issued a yellow weather alert for Friday and just a few minor changes to the weekend. We'll let you know if that's going to affect your plans.
All right, Top, now to that amazing story of survival. Greg Eubanks spent 2 days fighting for his life next to his wrecked car. Think about that. 2 days. The accident happened along Indian Head Highway where it meets the Beltway in Prince George's County. Greg is doing okay now, and he shared his story with our John Henry.
Imagine being trapped in a ravine just feet away from thousands of drivers. They can't see you, hear you. They have no idea you're there. Well, that's the experience Greg Eubanks had, and he lived to talk about it. It's April 14th, early Saturday morning. Greg Eubanks heads home after grabbing a bite to eat.
Driving northbound Indian Head Highway, noticed a black vehicle beside me.
The car swerves into Eubanks' lane, hitting him.
I kind of lost control. Next thing I knew, I was out of it. I believe that's where I came out of the sunroof. The next thing I know, looked up, I was laying on the ground.
Are you frightened? Are you shocked?
I could hear cars going past me, but couldn't see them. And to be so close, but so far.
Eubanks suffered fractures all across his upper body.
Shoulders, my back, my neck.
Night turns to day.
I noticed some buzzards just flying around above me. And, you know, for a split second, I'm like, you know, am I gonna make it, you know? Because I can tell that they're kind of waiting for me to kind of just die off. But